my god, where do I begin with this fiasco? At the end of Beast Wars, we find out Megatron strapped to the back of an Autobot escape pod with the Maximals piloting it back to the planet Cybertron. In the first few minutes of Beast Machines, you find Optimus, Rat Trap, Cheetor, and Black Arachnia back in their original beast forms from Beast Wars instead of whatever form they had ended with, and the whole of Cybertron seemingly deserted except for the mindless drones out to kill them. The Maximals have no clue how they got here, or how they got these forms, or why they can't seem to transform. As an audience member, neither do you. Eventually, they all get a reformatting from the Oracle and are merged beast and robots in both modes. They still can't transform until they come to peace with their inner self. This means controlling the rage of the beast and the logic of the robots and bringing it on the Zen unit. Then they say it in a very peaceful motivation type of way. I'm transformed! And proof, a light surrounds them and they take on robot mode. It all comes back to Megatron, though, in what has to be done. Stop Megatron and somehow bring a balance between organic and machine to Cybertron. Optimus Primal, Maximal Leader, now has an ape form that looks like a cross between a silver-backed gorilla and an orangutan. I give the Beast mode a 2-star rating and this new robot mode a 1. Black Arachnia is now a speckled Black Widow Spider Beast mode, gets a 4 out of 4 for me. Robot mode gets a 3. Her root mode could have looked a lot better if they made her legs human instead of spiderish. Cheetor, now the sick of the Maximals. Rat Trap, couldn't master the robot mode until most of the way through first season. Once he did, I wished he never had. Night Scream, a Cybertron native that when Megatron's virus hits, the world fell down and, well, a found ancient DNA remains in some bones, a clue that Cybertron used to have a house organic life. Night Scream takes on the form of a bat. Botanica, introduced in Season 2, Botanica from another Maximal ship that had landed on a planet that had no animals, so they took on a plant form since plants ruled there. Seems to have no trouble transforming once the reformatting, and doesn't have to say, I'm transformed either. We then move on to the Predacons, starting with Megatron, ruling over Cybertron. His goal is to wipe out all the biologicals and rule a perfect robotic society. Of course, this means he must devour every spark other than his own, because everyone has to be mindless robots for there to be true peace. Lifeless robots can't defeat Maximals because they have no spark, so Megatron makes the Viacon Generals. Thrust, a cycled droid, somehow has the spark of Waspinator. No good reason why Waspinator got back to Cybertron given. Tankor has the spark of Rhinox, who then decides that Megatron is right, but Megatron is not fit to rule as he has a beast part, and so Tankor must rule. Jetstorm, a wisecracking jet droid. Jetstorm eventually finds out he has the spark of a Silverbot, and eventually gains a Maximals form and joins the Maximals. His new form of a vulture. Obsidian, a new helicopter jet-type droid to replace Jetstorm once he became a Silverbot again. And last but not least, Striker, a new deluxe tank droid that replaced Tankor. Then we get onto the story. So the storyline opens with Megatron in control of Cybertron, and the Maximals all in their original forms running away. Great job, and taking the series one and saying, fuck, what you guys did, we are starting over. Watching this series half the time, I felt lost as to what was happening because it had no grounding in anything that went before. The biggest problem was that even the Maximals had no clue what was happening, which just fed viewers confusion as well. Not until the end of Season 1 really do the Maximals find out what happened, and within 4 episodes, it doesn't matter anyway. The start of Season 2 takes what was accomplished at the end of Season 1 and says, hey, guess what? We're screwing you again, ha! And all was for naught. Every time one good thing happens, several bad things happen, so that a lone Megatron can almost anyways win against several Maximals. Sure, Megatron has the Viacons, but of the first 3 only, 1 stayed loyal, and then the new 2, while they helped some Viacons in general, just don't do anything. No one believed that Megatron could be a good bad guy all by himself. The animation quality for Beast Wars to Beast Machines went really downhill in my opinion. In Beast Wars, all I had a problem with were the backgrounds. In Beast Machines, I had a problem with the animations of everything other than the beast modes. The Viacoms were shoddy, squarest models. The planet of Cybertron itself was blocky, and mostly one huge silhouette. When there was flame, it looked like orange water or a piece of red-orange silk between crumbles in front of a camera to make the effect. Smoke looked like someone was dangling gray wool in front of the camera. Most of the animation looked like something I could do if given a good graphics program. The physiology of Beast Wars made me want to gag. I don't mind there being some sort of physiology to a show, but don't ram it down the audience's throat every second of the show. This show was every zen, and it does not work in Transformers. But here to transform, they have to be at least one with themselves, combining both the robot and organic sides, and not letting either have a sway. Then the whole saying, "I'm transformed," to actually transform, bleh. Then the whole goal is not to defeat Megatron, but to bring a balance to Cybertron of the organic and cyber life forms. I can almost see this except for the part of Cybertron did not have an organic life forms before it became a cyber planet. It always was a cyber planet. Honestly, I kept watching Beast Machines to see if it would shape up and get better, and all it did was suck more and more the longer I watched it. So I'm very glad it's over. Beast Machines gets a 4 out of 10. This is Red Wolf signing out, and I'll see you next time. Peace.